I've watched some pretty poor shows during this series. I really have. But this one takes the cake. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of 1999 Suck. Now, as you can tell by the title, this time we're going to do Starrcade 99. Now, bearing in mind that Starrcade was WCW's WrestleMania year. It was the big show, end of year show. All the big feuds were settled there. You look at the Starrcade DVD, and there's just great match. Dear me, this card was poor. 13 matches on it there was. In a 3-hour card, that's not good. Should we go through then? Oh my god, I can't believe I even sat for matches. It only took 2 days. Because the thing is, sometimes, sometimes I can only do one of these a month because it's just like, I watch one match and then go, fuck, that was awful. And then go and do something else and come back to the pay-per-view a week later. This one, I actually couldn't stop watching it because for every match it's like, oh, surely the next one's going to be better than that. So, in the opener, Big Vito and Johnny the Bull defeated Disco Inferno and Lash and LeRoux in an absolutely boring as sin opener. 1/4 of a star, this one. Stalling suplex by Vito. Some nice back and forth in the middle, but the crowd are completely dead. There's a botch as Johnny leads to the top rope to do. His left foot just completely misses, so he ends up crotching himself on the top rope. Frog splash by Disco is broken by a splash by Vito. Disco hits right. I don't know what Disco's finishing move is yet. I have to admit this. I went on Wikipedia and it says it's the Chart Buster, so that's what I've got written down. If it's not, I apologise, right? But Disco hits the Chart Breaker, but he accidentally hits it on Lash because he expects Vito to be behind him. Vito hits a monster swinging DDT for the 3. And then, the match itself wasn't actually that bad, but this is where it loses all its credibility, as Vito and Johnny, who of course, or Johnny the Bull even, who of course, mafia type, hitmen type people, they put Disco in a body bag, they take him backstage, and the moment they're through the curtain, they take him out of the body bag and put him in the trunk of a car and drive away. How stupid. I just don't understand why they took him out of the body bag. I mean, putting him in the body bag in the first place is bad enough, but to then take him out of the body bag and put him in the trunk of the car, I don't understand. So then the announcers, they talk about how Scott Hall has no-showed the event, probably because he's pissed somewhere in a ditch. He's been stripped of the United States title. The WCW management have declared Chris Benoit the new US champion. So then Benoit comes out and tells us what the announcers have just told us, literally word for word. He then says that title should be won and not just given away. He came to DC to kick some ass, issues an open challenge for a ladder match against anyone for the United States title. That's lovely, so that's going to be coming up later on. So then Madusa defeated Evan Karagias to win the Cruiserweight title in an absolutely shite match. This one's the first dud of the night. Believe me, there's more to come. Oh, yes. That's a fact. So, the brawl on the outside. Nice power slam by Evan. A moonsault misses. Powerbomb by Evan. And then, oh my god, that one's botched. Yeah. And then, Madusa goes for a powerbomb. That one's botched even worse. And it's like, oh, it's cringeworthy. How Evan didn't get a broken neck off it is bad. Oh, man, it's bad. Boring Chan, Spice, who's one of the Nitro girls, she comes out and distracts Evan. Madusa hits him in the back. At the same time, Spice low blows him. Evan, though, completely no-sells the low blow and just sells the back, which is weird. Bridging German gets the 3 for Madusa. Dud, not interesting in the slightest. Speaking of dud, Norman Smiley then defeated Meng to retain the hardcore title in an awful match. This was so bad. They brawl at the entrance, they brawl backstage, they brawl in catering. Norman Smiley runs off when Finlay and Brian Knobbs attack Meng. Then they leave. Norman comes back and pins Meng, and that's your match. Woohoo! Then Meng puts the tongue death grip on Nick Patrick. That one originally I gave -2 stars, by the way. But I thought, oh, come on, at least they tried. So I've given it a dud. Then Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko and Shane Douglas and Asia defeated Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Rick Steiner, Mike Rotundo and Kevin Sullivan. Yes, to you and me, the Varsity Club. And another shit match. Nice drop kick by Saturn, who then completely misses a moonsault. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's in the ring, won't tag out to anyone. So a big brawl as all of them, and then the Varsity Club beat on Hacksaw. And then Shane Douglas, who'd been doing commentary, he couldn't even be asked to get them to do the match, notices that Hacksaw has been beaten down, gets in the ring, 1, 2, 3. There's another dud for you right there. And speaking of duds, Vampiro then defeated Steve Williams. Steve Williams came out with Oklahoma, who was put in a cage at the start of the show. If Vampiro wins this match, he gets 5 minutes alone with Oklahoma, who, yes, is one of the worst characters there's ever been. Ever. So, what can we tell you about this one? Well, massive splash off the cage by Vampiro, a belly-to-back suplex by Vampiro, a super belly-to-belly by Williams. The Misfits get in. Misfits of Vampiro's crew. Williams owns them all. Then Williams attacks Charles Robinson, so he gets disqualified. Yay, that's a good match. So, Oklahoma gets in the ring to utter silence. He does a DDT on Vampiro, and then all 5 Misfits beat the shit out of Oklahoma, and Vampiro hits a nail in the coffin for the win. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, another dud. This match has no entertainment value to it whatsoever. Because A, I don't give a shit about Vampiro versus Steve Williams in the slightest. And secondly, I don't truly give a fuck about Vampiro beating on Oklahoma. Because he didn't really beat on him. It wasn't a revenge sort of ass kicking. Yeah, like I say, Oklahoma did a DDT on him, and then the Misfits just... It's weird because Vampiro was whipping them into them, and it's almost like the Misfits would, the smell of Spike. It's like they were doing that to him. Wank. Utterly wank. So then, Creative Control and Curt Henning defeated Harlem Heat at midnight in a shite match. Now, I may be wrong, and I may really be wrong on this one, but if you go and watch my 1999 Sucks series, if you go watch my WCW Mayhem 99 review, you'll notice, I'm certain of it, that Curt Henning on that show lost a retirement match to Buff Bagwell. Now, 1 month later, can someone explain to me how the fuck Curt Henning was unretired in a month? Jesus H. Christ. Anyway, Stevie Ray doesn't come out because he was arguing with Booker T backstage about Midnight. He doesn't like Midnight, doesn't want her there. What can we tell about this one? The axe kick that Booker T does is the only good thing, literally, in this match. So Stevie eventually comes out, Booker T tells him to go to the back. Henning uses brass knuckles on Booker, enabling one, Creative Control, because I don't know who they are. I couldn't tell you, what their individual names are, because you're never told. I think you're just expected to know, What do you mean you don't know? Well, who are they? You should already know! But I don't! Anyway, yeah, so one of them gets the win, and there's another dud, another one. And I'm not just being vindictive here, I'm not just going, WCW was shit, I'm going to rate these ones dud. This is quite literally the worst wrestling show I've ever seen. Honest. We get a little bit of a break from the dudness, as Jeff Jarrett defeats Dustin Rhodes in an okay, admittedly, bunkhouse brawl. Match starts with Jeff Jarrett jumping Dustin as he's been interviewed by Mike Tenay. They brawl in the entranceway. Dustin uses a bull rope and powder as they get back in the ring. He then duct tapes the referee to the ropes. Curt Henning comes out, and I could have sworn that Curt Henning at Mayhem... Oh yeah, I've already done that one, sorry, I've got confused. Yeah, Curt Henning comes out, he unties the referee, belly-to-back suplex by Dustin. Curt interferes for Jeff Jarrett various times, and then Shattered Dreams on Jeff Jarrett gets 2 as Curt pulls the referee out. Shattered Dreams for Curt. They brawl to the entranceway. Jeff Jarrett uses a guitar for the win. So I give that one 1 star. So it's not quite a dud, but it wasn't great.